You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Look, whoever the Batman is, he doesn't want to do this for the rest of his life. How could he? Batman is looking for someone to take up his mantle.
Hey aspiring storytellers, welcome back to Get Writing, the channel that explores the art and craft of storytelling. I'm Dr. Stavros Albatsis. Today we're plunging deep into the narrative heart of a story, the midpoint, where your tale takes a sharp turn. We'll study how this narrative beat divides Act 2 into two parts and how it typically changes the direction of a story, drawing on the acclaimed film The Dark Knight. Let's dive right in. Before we fly into the Batcave, let's first note that there are different types of midpoint, such as the false victory, the false defeat, the setback, the reversal, and the twist, to name only a few. The false victory, for example, suggests that disappointment, and often much worse, is to follow. A reversal turns things right around. If things were going relatively well, they now go badly. If they were going badly, they start going well, at least for a little while. You get the idea. Each type hints at the different sort of flavor the narrative is to take on from that point. Sometimes two or more descriptors will combine to produce a more complex midpoint. In The Dark Knight, the midpoint is a side dish of a twist, although admittedly almost all information releases involve some element of surprise, some more than others. But how exactly does the midpoint tie into the broader structure of the story? Well, let's start by understanding that the midpoint is the scalpel that splits Act 2 into two related but distinct sections. In The Dark Knight, the midpoint occurs when Harvey Dent unexpectedly turns himself in as Batman to the police before Bruce Wayne can own up to it, while Bruce stays silent.
So be it. Take the Batman into custody. I am the Batman.
This allows the Joker, with typical chaotic brilliance, to take center stage and shatter Bruce's plans. To make matters worse, Dent will undergo a horrific facial disfigurement and a personality change, which will add to Batman's problems, altering the direction of the story. The midpoint, which trapped Batman in a moral dilemma then, transitions us from the first half of Act 2 to the second, marking a shift in the narrative's trajectory. Before this moment, Batman's mission revolved around dismantling the mob's power and fostering Harvey Dent as Gotham's symbol of justice.
We're going after the mob's life savings. Things will get ugly.
I knew the risk when I took this job, Lieutenant.
The beats leading up to this were a series of small triumphs and the public's growing faith in Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent, scourge of the underworld.
But now Gotham is thrust into disarray. Dent is no longer an ally. Batman loses control of the situation. The mob embraces chaos, and the Joker grabs the spotlight, pushing the city close to the brink.
I knew the mob wouldn't go down without a fight, but this is different. They've crossed the line.
Batman's goal has changed radically. It's no longer just about getting rid of the mob. It's about controlling the chaos, unleashed in the second half.
Now there's a Batman.
The midpoint, centered around Harvey Dent's false admission,
I am the Batman.
and Wayne's telling silence, has changed the entire trajectory of the tale. To sum it all up then, the midpoint transitions the first half of Act 2 into the second half. In doing so, it changes the trajectory of the story and sets up the questions that must be answered by the end of the tale. Well, that's it for now. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, hitting the like and notification buttons, and leaving a comment to share your thoughts and to help the channel grow. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.